Hi, and welcome to Building Your Financial House, where today you will learn how to structure your financial house properly, starting with three key steps. Number one is your foundation of your financial house. Number two is building your dreams and goals. And finally, setting up a game plan style just to your specifications. Number three, which is your blueprint or your FNA, also known as your financial needs analysis. Everybody has a different goal in life, so every financial needs analysis will be customized to fit your particular needs. I will be your educator and financial coach. My name is Kirk Muhammad. Let's get started with building your financial house. As you watch this video, at the end of the presentation, if you fall in love with the financial education, is there any reason you wouldn't do business with me or refer my services to your friends and family? If that's a yes for you, then thank you ahead of time. Now let me ask you a question, and this question may determine your financial future. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your desire to become financially independent? If you said 6 or above, then you're the type of person that I want to talk to. Now, as soon as we leave school, we get an education, we start earning money, we start the construction of our financial house. But without proper education, we're left with inadequate tools because this educational system did not teach us how money works. And guys, with inferior tools and inferior education, not understanding the money game and how money works, we're going to always lose. But the key is how to build your financial house. Next, if you were going to build a house, would you start with the roof or the foundation? The foundation is right. I'm no carpenter, but most of us know that if we were going to build a house, you better have a strong foundation. Because what would happen to our house if we had a crack in the foundation? That's right, the house would fall. Now you got to ask yourself a question. What would happen to our financial house if our foundation had a crack in it? Again, our house would crumble, and we wouldn't be able to meet our goals and our dreams. The thought then becomes, do I have a written financial game plan with proper strategies to complete my financial house? And would I want one if it was free? So what is the foundation of a financial house or a good game plan for your financial house? It's life insurance. And you might say, why life insurance, Kurt? Because life insurance protects your family's income and your current lifestyle. Because if you die without life insurance, you can't come back to life and die again and then leave your family protected. Now, here's a real life example. We got the family here, John and Mary, and we got the little darling Kayla, right? So let me ask you a question. If you were to die today, would your income stop? And which one of your family's bills is going to stop if you died? And exactly what would happen to you today and your family if you died today and your income stopped, but your bills didn't? See, if you were to die today, would you want your family to live better, the same, or worse? See, as you can see here, John and Mary have about $3,500 each monthly, which is about $7,000 to pay their bills. It's income protection, right? Pay the mortgage, the car, the insurances, the credit cards, their entertainment. It's their lifestyle, folks. Now, let's say something happened to John. God forbid, on the way home from work, he got in an accident and he didn't make it home. Not only did John pass away, but what else passed away? His income. See, folks, it's very important that we understand that it's not life insurance. It's income that we're protecting. And it's little Kayla's future. See, if this happens to your family, what would you do? See, folks, the easiest way to determine the amount of life insurance coverage your family needs is to buy a life insurance policy that equals 10 times your annual salary, so says the experts. Now, this allows little Kayla 10 years to grow up from age 5 to age 15. It also allows Mary time enough to recover from John's passing. And not being properly protected could set your family back a generation, maybe two. And it can split up your family if you're not properly protected. It's not only emotionally hard, guess what? It can become financially hard. And we don't want your family to go through that. See, it only makes sense if we love our family, that we properly protect them, because the right insurance could be the last love letter to your family in many cases. Now, once the foundation is laid, we're going to move on to the next part of the house, which is budgeting, emergency fund, and a will. And the truth is, if you ain't got a will, guess what? The government has one for you. And without a will, they get to choose who gets your house, who gets the car, and what's even worse, somebody you may not want to can get your children. So it's important that we understand that we have a will in place to make sure that all these things are protected and covered. Now, also, we're going to give you a comprehensive will with a proper legal plan, because we want to make sure that you have your budget and emergency plan in place. And we don't want to skip that part and do debt first, trying to pay the debts down. We don't want to pay them ahead of time. I know some clients who thought their debt was like financial cancer, and they say, hey man, it's eating me alive. And some of them say stuff like, Kurt, when I pay off this debt, I'll get back with you, Kurt, and we can talk about that insurance and budget and stuff. See, your debt will go down, but then an emergency hits. How are you going to take care of that emergency? An unforeseen emergency. You're going to have to use those same credit cards that you paid down, and you're going to go right back in debt. So you need an emergency savings plan in place, so when an emergency comes, and it's unforeseen, you're going to have enough savings to take care of it, and you keep the game plan intact. Next, we want to structure a step-by-step plan to eliminate your debt by a set date called your debt freedom date. And we're going to work with you to help you achieve that outcome by accelerating the paying off period of the debt with a strategy we call debt stacking. Next, we want to start working on your retirement savings. We want to make sure that you're on track to reach your financial independence goals, because you don't want to continue to work after you retire. You want to be able to enjoy your golden years, right? So sometimes people want to feel like this, hey, Kurt, my kids come before me, so let's put the college savings at the bottom, right? Unfortunately, not when it comes to financing. See, if you got some disposable income that you can take care of some things that we talked about earlier, and you still had money left over, it's okay to take care of college funds. But what if the budget gets a little tight and you got to cut your savings in half? See, the truth is, kids can get a scholarship, a grant, or a loan to go to college. But let me ask you, can you get a retirement scholarship or a retirement grant or a retirement loan? And if you wait too late to begin to save for retirement, it's going to be almost impossible, and it's going to be very hard to catch up. So we want to make sure that we put your retirement before your college savings. Okay, let's move on to the roof and top off our house with your other goals and dreams. You might want a bigger home, a better car, and you'd love to travel. Some of you have your favorite charities that you want to donate to, but usually what happens, you've been taught that you build your financial house from the top down. So you travel first, you buy the most expensive car you can, right? And then all of a sudden, you got a lot of things you don't necessarily need, and you're getting a lot of debt, and you never start building your financial house. And our savings and our foundation are not laid properly. And this is what I like to say, folks, is an upside down house. Now, people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. Most individuals don't wake up in the morning at age 65 and just decide to be broke and not have enough money to live on, right? See, maybe working at Walmart or Home Depot as a greeter, right? Let's see what the problem is. While you have a lot of these products, you may have some of them, but the agents who sold you these products, right, such as life insurance, 401k, mortgage, right, all these different things, they're not going to come over your house. They're not going to sit down with you at the kitchen table and provide you a free plan. They're not going to come together and say, kumbaya, let's all fix it for Mary. They're not going to help you to map out a plan either to become financially independent. That's exactly what we do. We provide everything that you need to build a financial house, all at one time, all at the same time. We do this with our financial needs analysis, the F&A. I've already spoken about it. The F&A takes a timestamp of where you are today and also a step of where you need to be. It's kind of like your financial GPS. Now, when we don't have a disaster plan, we're literally planning for a disaster. In order to know where you are now and where you want to end up in the future, you must have a solution. Now, we already talked about the 3 key steps: the foundation, the goals, right, and your F&A. The solution is a financial needs analysis. It's going to help you find the answers to those important questions, like how much does it take for me to retire? How can I make sure that my children are protected? And how can we make sure that we, in our golden age, can make our dreams come true? As I close, I want to ask, if you are able to put together a financial game plan with the financial education that's needed to help you build your financial house with expert guidance from a personal coach, is there any reason you wouldn't do business with me? At least get a free strategy session to see where you're at. Get a time stamp of where you are now and where you want to be at retirement in the future. As it is my goal to help at least 100 families this year build their financial house for their future generational wealth. You can get in touch with me at 872-210-2519. Also, you can connect with me online at financialstrategy.solutions. When you get to that page, click on the tab that says Financial Strategy. When you get there, click on Schedule a Strategy Session, and we can begin to set up your game plan today. See, building your financial house is easy, folks, but you got to know where to start. So come on and get started with me today. My name is Kirk Muhammad. I want to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. God bless.